Yeah, and we need to check that they've paid the money, sign the paperwork, and we got to do an inventory.
He said that they can't get in the kitchen door.
At 10:30 didn't turn up. I was like, oh, 1 second. And then the 10:45 was late, and I was like, oh my god, my day is going to get ruined.
As you know, with property, nothing really does go right.
We're going to move a tenant in, but we're going there.
Okay, so we are en route to go move a tenant in, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to check that they've paid the money, they've signed the paperwork, and we got to do an inventory and show them how to use the house. Is that right? Yeah, and on the inventory, we're just going to take pictures so that we can see the condition of the room before they moved in. So when they move out, if there's any damages, we know. Yeah?
And they have to go downstairs.
Yeah, they will have to go downstairs, yeah. Lovely. Right, let's go. Oh, okay. You nearly did it. That was so close. You can do it. Focus. Yeah, you did it. Oh, you put the flag in once you've done it. So it's like you've conquered it. Isla, what have you done today?
We have moved the lady in.
Yeah, we have. That's right.
And she's then going back to her old house.
No, she's not going back to her old house.
Why?
Because she lives in an A&E property, HMO now.
Why?
She doesn't need to move. And she likes it here. It's nice, isn't it?
But it's weird to me.
It's weird to you. Why?
Because there's so many flowers.
There's flowers. That's the flower wall. Looks pretty.
But I have flowers.
You do have flowers. Did you take some? Do you want to show the camera what you took? Oh!
I'll do a pile here.
No, we're going now. We need to get
Take
home.
a picture of my feet.
Take a picture of your things. Okay. Wow. Tenant moved in. Second tenant in the house. It's go time.
So it's Monday evening. I need to complete on Wednesday on the auction property. I've just received all of the paperwork to sign. So we've got a debenture which holds security over the company and all the assets. We've got a legal charge which holds security over the new auction property. We've got extended facility let out for the security and the lending agreement for the previous property which is going through refinance. We've also got a personal guarantee which guarantees me personally for all of these loans as well. So in the event that they can't get the money from the company or the security property, then they can get the money for me personally as well. So just got to sign all of this paperwork and get this off ASAP to the solicitor because they need the paperwork with the wet signatures on them so they can release the funds for completion. Yeah, so just a bit manic at the moment, trying to get everything sorted. The solicitor has also asked for additional information so that we need I'm going to be a little bit short, so I need an extra around 50k. So need to try and get those funds together, thinking about raiding all of the tax pots in all the companies. And the solicitor wants letters from the accountant, wants bank statements, wants, you know, my boxer size and what hand I'll wipe my ass with. So I need to try and get all that sorted. Seems a little bit over the top. We've never really had to go to that extent before. Obviously there is AML checks and things like that. But considering the timescale, it's quite a lot to do. So got to get to it, try and smash it out, and hopefully we can complete on this project. So all the contracts are now signed. I've just shot off to the post office to try and get these delivered tonight, and I'm going to pay for the quickest post possible. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's probably special delivery, special first class delivery, not by pigeon but by eagle, I don't know. But yeah, trying to get that delivered as quick as possible so the bank can receive it in time, and then we can complete in time on Wednesday. Don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the auction terms. That's when I need to complete by. Fingers crossed nothing goes wrong, and we manage to do it in time. But as you know, with property, nothing really does go right. So I'm sure there'll be another curveball in there somewhere. Let's see. So I just had a call from one of the tenants. They said that they can't get in the kitchen door, and I said that I'll sort it maybe tomorrow or the next day, assuming it's the back door to the kitchen, because there is no door in the kitchen. They said, oh well, how are we going to cook? So it turns out that it's actually the door to the lounge which enters into the kitchen, and yeah, they can't get in. I'm not really sure why. I'm not really sure what's wrong with the handle. I mean, I'm not the best at DIY, but maintenance, unfortunately, fucked his knee up, so he can't attend. So here I am, going to attend the property and trying to fix the problem. So let's see how we get on that, shall we? I've identified the problem. The handle doesn't work. Who said I don't do DIY, eh? So didn't manage to fix the issue, but done a temporary fix. So the door's permanently open from now on. Had to actually climb around the back gate, and my assistant managed to help me do that. Climb around the back gate, let ourselves in the back door, and had to do it from the other side because the door just wouldn't open, and we couldn't unscrew the screws of the handle. So had to slide a screwdriver down and take the latch out and then tape it open. So it's open for the time being, but gonna have to get locksmith out and sort that handle out. But while I'm here, while I'm on my DIY jobs, I thought I'd come and sort this water meter out, because they've been charging me an extortionate amount of money, £168 a month, which I am absolutely not going to be paying. So gonna sort that out, give them a meter reading, and tell them that, you know, I shouldn't be being charged that much money. So we'll do that now while I'm here, and then it's job and knock. So as you can see, there's loads of water in there. I've taken a meter reading, so I'm going to submit that to Southern Water and let them know that it's filled up with water in there. Maybe it's flooded, maybe there's a leak or something, I don't know. But get them to come out and rectify that and sort that bit out. Yes, people, big day today. So it is Wednesday and it is completion day. So I have to complete on this property today because it's an auction property. That's auction terms. The deposit is at risk. So I've got a few more forms to fill out and sign. I've got those here. I'm gonna have to take them directly to the solicitor's office because obviously I haven't got time now. I haven't got time to post it. And the last documents I had to pay 43 quid in postage just so it got there in time. So these ones I definitely don't have time for that, so I'm gonna have to take them to the office directly. The other letters had to go to the bank, so I mean I could probably drop them off, but that would involve a much longer trip. Would have done it if I had to, but there we go. So yeah, so got to sort out those forms, and I've still got to raise a little bit of money. So there was a couple of fees which were a bit more expensive than anticipated, which means that I still need to raise more money from somewhere. And not only have I got to try and raise the money, there's complications because the solicitor is asking for a lot of information in regards to AML, MML, in regards to various checks. So obviously bank statements, all that malarkey, which is quite standard, but there's some additional stuff as well which seems a bit over the top, but there we go. So hopefully I can get all that sorted in time, but I guess we'll see. First things first, gym, leg day today. Not my favorite day. I know there's probably a lot of you out there that probably share that same thought with me, but you know, we still get 2 leg days in a week. So here we are, Wednesday, it's leg day. Gonna smash out the gym and then crack on with the day. Let's see how it ends up. So it's all going off. I've just finished my gym session, which took quite a while because I've been dealing with lots of inquiries while I was doing my workout from the bank and the solicitors, and had a couple more forms to sign, which luckily I could do via DocuSign, so electronic signature. So that's great, that's all done. They've also said that they haven't received my documents, which are the main documents with the wet signatures, but I posted them to a day or last night, 2 days ago. So I paid £43 for them to be delivered. I could have paid a tenner and they would have been delivered before 12 o'clock today, but the £43 was for them to deliver them before 9 o'clock today. And I thought, you know what, with everything that's been going on, don't fuck about, just pay the 43 quid, get them there. And yeah, they're saying they haven't received them, but luckily I've got tracking on it, so I've tracked it. It says it's delivered. So I mean, if they've lost the documents, I don't even know where that leaves me, but I've got proof that I've sent them and that they've received them. So fingers crossed that all goes well. Managed to get together the rest of the money, the funds are in the account, good to go. And yeah, just waiting to see what other curveballs I'm going to get thrown, because if you've been following this journey, you would have seen that nothing is plain sailing and there is countless things that always come up. So yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well today. Let's see how we get on. So it's now 5:30. My solicitor stayed on for an extra half an hour. The solicitor's closed at 5 o'clock. We was meant to complete on the auction property today. Today was the cut-off point, and unfortunately it just wasn't happening, so we didn't manage to do it. So super gutted that we didn't meet that date. Yeah, didn't manage to do it, and that just shows you the roller coaster of property, guys. So let's just see what tomorrow brings. So just finished my gym session for this morning. Come out of the gym and had a call from my solicitor, and he said that in regards to the auction property, the money landed in the other solicitor's account 9 o'clock last night. So the receivers, the sellers, said that they considered the completion date to be yesterday. So although I thought we didn't complete yesterday, we actually did. So really happy with that. Not going to incur any fees or anything like that. And yeah, so happy with that result. Can't wait to get stuck in on the project. I've already booked in the measured building survey, so they're going to go in, measure the building, and then we can start making some plans based on that. The bank also requested that I increase the insurance policy because the rebuild was done based on the value of the purchase price, which was just under 500k, but the surveyor said that the rebuild cost of the building is around 870k. So they wanted me to increase the limit to that, which added another £1,000 onto the insurance. So yeah, painful, but in the whole grand scheme of things, if something was to go wrong, then that would have been an extra £1,000 or £2,500 well spent. So yeah, I can't really complain too much. So yeah, can't wait to get stuck into this project, and hopefully everything goes well. So I'm just at Windmill Road project, HMO, one of the older HMOs that I've got, and I noticed that a couple of months now I haven't been charged for gas, and the previous month I contacted them. They said that they just needed to engage the meter, which they did, and then this month I noticed that they didn't charge me again. And I've had this issue before where I wasn't charged gas for a whole year, and I kind of thought I got away with it, and I thought, oh yeah, free gas, amazing. But then at the end of the year they clobbered me with a massive bill, which was about $3.5 grand, something like that. It was a big surprise. I want to make sure that issue doesn't happen again, so I've contacted them, making sure that we can get this meter online. I've submitted a temporary manual reading for now, so they can see how much gas I've been using. But in a couple of days' time, they said they're going to get back to me and get this issue fixed. So yeah, learn from last time. Don't want to have a massive bill at the end of the year when they realise that I'm not being charged for gas. So thought I'd get ahead of that and try and get it rectified as soon as possible. Also, we've got a couple of tenants moving in today, and they just need to sign a couple of ASTs. Normally we do it by DocuSign, but in this circumstance, we're just struggling to do that at the moment. So while I'm here, I've got a printer. We have printers in most of our basements in the properties. So just going to print those off so we can get them signed and get the tenants moved in as well.
So I booked a viewing in for 10:30 and another one. Let me double back them so they're like close together, because it's nice to do that so then I can actually get on with other stuff in my day. So 10:30 and 10:45, and the 10:30 didn't turn up. I was like, oh, for God's sake. And then the 10:45 was late and I was like, oh my God, my day is about to get ruined. Anyway, I done the 10:45 viewing first because they turned up, and then I'm waiting outside for the 10:30 viewing. And she's like, I can't get there, I can't find my way there. Like, do I have to get a bus? And I was like, just use Google Maps. Like, what's the issue? Like, I'll meet you there. Here's the address. And she's getting frustrated at me, and I'm like, why are you getting frustrated at me? You're the one that's late. I was like, so I didn't say anything. I kept calm. I kept cool and collected. And then I was like, look, I've got to go. You just make your way here. And she's like, oh, I'm on my way. Oh. And I was like, what do you want me to do? You're all like nearly 2 hours late. So anyway, I've gone to go and do my other errands. And then I called her and she said, oh, I'm almost there. I'm just walking past the hospital. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna swing round. Come round. And then she got there. And like, she was like, I waved at her and she didn't like acknowledge my wave, and she started calling me, and I'm like, I've literally just waved at you. Like, what are you doing? I'm here. So anyway, I'm unlocking the door, and this is one that's not on the master key system, so I'm gonna have to get a code out. I'm like this, hiding the code. And then I come in, I'm like, oh, here's the information board with all of the details on it. She was like, I can't see it. I was like, what do you mean you can't see it? She's like, yeah, I can't. I'm like, I was like, okay. So then I'm showing her around the rest of the house. So she must be able to make some things out. And then I've shown her the room, and she didn't like the room anyway. It's one of our smaller rooms. And then she's like walked down the stairs, dropped her phone on the floor. I was like, oh my God, this is such a mess. And then anyway, so the viewing's done. She hasn't taken the room, thankfully. But what I realised is the reason why she was getting so frustrated is because she's asking people for directions on how to get to the house, because she can't see her phone and read the maps. And she also has no idea where she's going. It was just an absolute mess. So thankfully she didn't take the room, because if she took the room, someone's going to need to be there hand holding and labelling the cupboards. And this is a communal HMO. Like, it's going to be, the spatula's not going to be where you left it.
So you done a blind viewing?
I did a blinding viewing, mate. It was blinding. Honestly, you couldn't even see this.
Couldn't even see this coming. So hold on. So she was blind, and she come for viewing. To view what?
I think she was like blind beyond. I don't know if it was like. No idea. But she was just so like, oh yeah, it was crazy.
Well, fair play for getting there anyway.
Yeah, fair play. She made it.
I mean, she was late, but fair play.
So this is an update on the Selborne Road project, and it's crazy what like a week's difference can make. So in here is all painted. They've done all the filling as well on the blemishes. The bathrooms are coming along really nicely. Finished up the bottom up here, the board and the pink board everywhere, and the AOV is looking really good. In this back bedroom, we're almost plastered. I really like this detail. So this is where the loft extension finishes. You may ask, why didn't you go all the way? And that's because of permitted development rights. You're only allowed so much volume. But it's quite quirky how it looks. It's going to be a good feature. You doing, mate? You alright? Yeah. Ready? Nice. Oh, nice.
Hiya.
Nice. This looks banging. Look at this. Perfect size. The toilet's going to be here. You can like wave to the neighbours as you're taking the shit. How'd you do? Top of the morning to you. Nice. Good. We need to check the builder is aware that this is a mound, because he started boarding over it and he hasn't made the gap for the furniture. So what we like to do now is we where these rooms are like, you want to utilise every bit of space, and if you box out the eaves and make like, so move this post, you can then set your drawers back in there, so it creates all of that space free in the room, but you can still use it for storage, wardrobe, drawers. Yeah, lovely. Looking good. So we've been really creative on this property. So we always like to try and make sure our lighting's like really good and everything in the rooms are amazing. And look at this one. We've used a pie dish to reflect the light back down. I think we should run it in every room because it looks pretty decent and it works, right? I'm just kidding. It's the previous vendor did it.
Give us a switch on. Can you sit down?
I got electrocuted last time I did this. I don't want to do it again. The fan works.
At least you got one fan.
Yeah. So downstairs, all of the second fix materials are on site. Roof's almost finished. Project's looking really good. We're about to get started on the next one around the corner, and everything's flying. Today we're off to Gordon Road. We've got 3 of the tenants moving in today, so hopefully it all goes smoothly. Got some viewings in between and then viewings afterwards. Market's been a bit slow on trying to get viewings through, but all of a sudden it picks up. It's really strange. Someone said to me once, the tenants are like buses, and it's like been so true. You'll get like periods where you get like no inquiries coming in, and then you'll just get like waves and loads of them all coming through, like high quality tenants. So yeah, it's always good when that happens. You always get a bit nervous, like, oh, the rooms are coming up, and then they always fill. But yeah, it's good. So we're just en route now. Need to make sure I remember to show them all of the heating controls, their cupboards, the bits and pieces, and collect that rent. So just got to fit the new and improved smaller sign on the back gate for the fire escape. Luckily I've got that smaller one and not that absolute massive one. But here we go.
So just chucking these areas at the room. So we've got all the tenants moving in today, barring a couple. But got these areas, one for each room. So they have the tumble dryer, they've got the washing line outside, but thought we would get them one of these each as well. Just because sometimes in the winter they may not want to use a tumble dryer, so they may want to dry their clothes inside. So they can either dry these in their room or dry the clothes in the basement as well. But obviously the basement's a little bit dusty, they might want to do that, so they can do it in their room. So each person has got one of these areas to do whatever they like with it, basically. So we've just got the keys to the auction property. Look how many are on there. There's probably about 3 that work, including my ones that I got cut. They told us to collect them from this house, and it's like a residential house, although a nice one. Quite weird. Didn't really know what the setup was, because normally you're collecting from an agent or something like that. And yeah, a young kid answered and said I had to call his mum. So I don't know what that was about, because she doesn't own the property, it's from receivers. So for a moment I thought we was in the wrong place, or that they've fucked off and they're not going to be here, so wasted trip. But yeah, got the keys, so that's all good. So we've got a measured building survey booked in, so they can access the property and we can go and check it out and have a look and get a feel for the space and start working out what we're going to do with it. Stay tuned. So just completed on the project, the auction property. We've got the keys now, picked them up, and just thought we'd have a little look inside and get a feel for it. I mean, we might be here a while, so. So this is the ground floor, the commercial side of it. As you can see, it used to be used as some sort of offices. Hopefully you don't set up an alarm, because I don't know the code. Got lots of rooms in here. As you can see, they've already been partitioned. Not entirely sure what sort of layout I'm going to go for in here yet. So need to get the measured building survey, which is booked in. So they're going to measure all of the building, all of the space, and then we can start making some plans and seeing what we can actually create here. So it goes all the way to the back. Lovely big space. So just discovered this cupboard. I actually did look in here on the viewing. I mean, all the fuse board and stuff's in here, one of them anyway. But I missed this the first time round. Here we've got some brand new hobs. Great brand, don't know how to say the name. But there's 3 induction hobs here, I think. So look at that, already saving the pennies. So just got in the other side of the property. This side leads upstairs after a very long session of trying every single key. It was one of the last ones, obviously. Lots of kitchen fit. Lovely. Look at this nice open space. So what we're going to do with it? I don't know. Already saved a load of money on timber, amazing. Lovely view, loads of windows, letting in loads of light, which is really good. The good thing about windows too is windows means bedrooms, windows means apartments. The more windows that you have, the more versatile the property is, especially when it comes to things such as permitted development, where you're not meant to change the exterior. If you've got lots of windows in the building, it means that you've got lots of habitable rooms.
Hopefully there's not loads and loads of work to be done. Hopefully it's just like a cosmetic kitchen and we can get all of that done in maybe like 30 to 40,000.
Once this refinances, it's going to pull the money out, going to pay back a lot of this money, going to be able to purchase this land, and we'll be able to continue.
There's always that worrying bit when you get to court that they're going to like throw you out.